The Way of the Sword. Miyamoto Musashi was the greatest swordsman to ever exist. He won 67 duels to the death with 0 losses, and I believe Roronoa Zoro is meant to parallel his legend. Musashi's story begins with him hiding amongst the dead after being defeated in the Battle of Sekigahara, but after early struggles, he transformed his mindset and never lost a duel again. Early on in One Piece, Zoro suffers a devastating defeat to Dracul Mihawk. He realizes the gap between himself and the title of the greatest, yet he vows to never lose again. Musashi wasn't technically a samurai, as he rarely ever served under any daimyo, but instead he was a ronin, a wandering swordsman who sought out every school of swordsmanship he could find to test himself against other sword techniques. He never sought wealth, fame, or power, only mastery over the sword. Zoro too is a wanderer. Although he serves under Luffy, he is always getting lost, instinctively wandering as Musashi did, and if the villain group of any arc has someone calling themselves a swordsman, you already know that's who Zoro is going to cut down. Musashi was among the first recorded masters of the dual sword technique, Niten Ichi Ryu, a style he created where he wielded a long sword in one hand and a short sword in the other. There's this funny part in the book where he has this big realization moment where he's like, whoa, I have 2 hands, 2 swords. Zoro uses the 3 sword styles, Santa Ryo, a completely self-created technique of which he is the only known user in all of One Piece. Throughout his story, Musashi is always preaching the way, that one must master their own way, and through the mastery of that one thing, they will learn 1,000 other things. He chose to walk the way of the sword. But in its mastery, he finds peace, he finds wisdom, and becomes not only the greatest swordsman in history, but also a world-famous philosopher. Zoro's primary sword is named Wado Ichimonji, which translates to straight path of harmony, and although Zoro is always getting lost, he never loses his way. He never forgets the promise he made to Kuina to master the blade and become the greatest swordsman in the world. This is Zoro's way, and through its mastery, he too will find peace. Follow Stretchy for more.